welcome back. This is still issues of the moment, and I still have Omike Matthews with me, and we are discussing issues in the polity at the moment. We have told you about what happened in Lagos, and we also know what is happening. It has happened and is still happening in Rivers State. Rivers State, where, of course, the perceived Godfather is controlling everybody, and since it's just like, if you cannot submit to me, then I'll bring you back to your knees. I don't know whether it's supposed to be like that. Or what do you think? Is that how politics is supposed to be in Nigeria?
Well, politics is not supposed to be like that in Nigeria. The issue of godfatherism and all that should be thrown away. Godfather, Godson, you have to respect me. I brought you to power, so you should listen to me and all that. I think we should, in as much as we cannot 100% do away with that in politics, especially in developing countries, or a country like Nigeria. I think we should be addressing issues of politics where somebody actually won the election and it is the choice of the people. Understand? So, like in the issue of Rivers, where it is where it appears that we're having this issue of godfatherism, and a godson is not respecting the godfather and has degenerated to this level that we have found ourselves. I think shouldn't be like that.
It's very, very, very unfortunate. So we are calling for peace in Rivers State, not because that is where we have our oil coming from. That oil, the black gold, comes from there. Like some youths have threatened that if the Godfather cannot allow the Godson to operate independently, then they will show them, they will take themselves to the pipelines. Let it not happen. We don't pray it comes that way. We are still within assemblies, and this time we are going to National Assembly. We all know what has happened there, what is going on there. Of course, you don't need to preempt anything, but even a child today, when you talk about National Assembly, it mentions either Akpabio or Akpoti. All of them, they Akpa, Akpo. So you can just imagine the outburst last week of Akpoti that is creating problems in the National Assembly now. We hear that today, on resumption, Uduaga, Akpoti's wife, Natasha's husband, escorted the wife to National Assembly. So you just can imagine that. He had to escort the wife to National Assembly up to the lobby where the wife was entering into the chambers. And they had a kiss. At the standpoint there, they had a kiss before the wife entered. Is he afraid of anything? Is there any other senator that wants to snatch Akpabio and Natasha from Uduaga? Well, you see, again, there were hundreds of women in front of the National Assembly, protesters, protesting in favor of Natasha. And aside from that, these are just a minute people now from Delta State. Another group is mobilizing 1 million man march. Well, I don't know. Is it 1 million man march, I have to call it, or 1 million women march? Whichever way they want it to be. And aside from that, again, today being a Wednesday in Abuja FCT, a court of competent jurisdiction has stopped the National Assembly Committee from investigating or even probing whatever had happened between Natasha and Akpoti. Is that healthy for us?
Well, that of the court judgment, let me begin from there. The court, entering order restraining the Senate committee from investigating Natasha, because it has been reported that that committee was being set up in order to investigate her and then at the end of the day perhaps suspend her.
Yes.
So for whatever reason she may have gotten that wind of information and gone to court and got that interim order. But reports still reaching us from the Senate indicates that the Senate still want to go ahead with that.
Yeah, because they say they have not received any order from the court.
Yes,
That until they receive any order from the court before they will now cease.
Okay, but the entering order was obtained this morning, and they were already there. And we had of protests pro Natasha, protests where women and even youths,
yes.
Police had to disperse them.
Yeah, we saw some
morning.
Tear gas and the rest of them.
So like you rightly said from the introduction of this very segment. Yes, Odoagan, the husband of Senator Natasha, had to show support. It's just like you showing support to your wife in times of trouble. So this is her own time of political trouble that she is facing. That is, to me, it's really unfortunate. The issue of I must sit here, I must not sit here. A new seat has been assigned to you that has degenerated to this level. We have found ourselves.
Well, in the legislative balance,
yes.
Well, if you sit where you are not supposed to, inside the chamber,
yes.
Whatever you say there is not recorded.
Yes,
because all the seats are labeled. But where they have to do that, well, I don't know, because I am told that Akpabio has changed and revolved seats more than 4 times.
No.
So sometimes you come where you sat yesterday, you start looking for where your seat is, that it has been moved to another place. So,
to be fair to the Senate President, that has not been done unilaterally. It's as a result of members cross-carpeting. You understand?
But even if you cross-carpet,
no,
they don't
yes.
sit according to parties in the chamber. They don't sit according to parties. So, in fact, I remember I covered the Senate in 1999.
Yes.
I covered the Senate. The seats were arranged alphabetically. It's only the Senate President that has to sit and face the others, then the Deputy Senate President
yes.
and Leader of the House that sit in front. Others sit alphabetically according to their... So now, why is it that? Because by the time you now group them into parties, you are creating more problems in the house.
But I think that is the scenario we have now, and that is the
scenario. It's not supposed to be.
Yeah, and that is the scenario that has created this problem that we have, that has brought about this issue of sexual harassment.
It's a very, very wrong one.
But anyway, Senator Natasha has formally submitted her petition to the House because the House said they have not received any petition, therefore they cannot, look into the matter. The news also reaching us moments ago indicates that the Senate President had denied every allegation of sexual harassment against. I think leaders of opinion should dwell on these two people to look into the matter, because it is taking a dimension that will cause a national disgrace.
National embarrassment.
And this is a national embarrassment. It's only taking, it's taking that dimension. You understand?
Look at the Akpabio, for instance, when this former lady of NDDC,
yes,
who claimed she slapped Akpabio over sexual overkill.
Yes. So this is not the first time that accusation of such has been leveled against the current leadership of the House, in particular the Senate President. And that's why so many people are now calling for him to resign while investigation is on and all that. So if it were in advanced country by now, I think the Senate President is supposed to have stepped down so that the thorough investigation.
Yes, I am very aware that a group, that's some ranking senators belonging to that zone where Akpabio come from, that some of them are warming up. Remember during Obasanjo period, almost everybody because the Senate presidency was zoned to them, Southeast. And I want to tell you that every member of Southeast who was in the Senate that time
wanted to be
they're not
the Senate president.
Abia became, Imo became, Enugu became. So every state had one person or the other being there.
Yes.
So
that was the area we had the.
So it's coming like that again.
Okadigo,
Enwerem, Adolfo
Robert, and all of
Anyim,
name them.
Ken Namani.
So are we going to have such a situation that we had before in our political history? I don't know, but I think it's a self-inflicted problem to the current state president. This issue we have right now. If the matter had been handled mature, if the matter had been handled in such a way that you not look as if somebody is being intimidated because of his or her gender.
Akpabio too must be able to wake up and have a strategist, media strategist. Because right now we are not hearing anything from the Akpabio's group because his media men are there.
Okay, what would you want the media strategists or the media people
they should be able
of the camp of
let me tell you, do you know
what want them to do in this case?
Do you know how media can assuage opinion?
So are you saying that they should unnecessarily
No, not unnecessarily. They should be able to come out with facts, and this is what's going on.
Okay, fine. The investigation is on. Akpabio, you recall that Akpabio's wife went to court to sue Senator
Natasha. No, okay. Now let me ask you.
So
you mentioned this one now.
Yes.
You mentioned this Akpabio's wife. Is she concerned in the matter, or is she protecting the husband?
Of course, it's her husband. It's just like the husband of Senator Natasha showing support to the wife too.
He did not go to court.
No, he did not go to court. But
he just showed support. So if
that
Akpabio's wife
want
to show, let her drive with the husband to National Assembly, and they should kiss at the lobby, and she goes back.
No, but
just like what
we all have our different ways of supporting our spouse. You understand? So that is her own way. She felt that look, why should a woman like me drag my husband in the public space? Let me go to court and ask for damages. And the senator is saying she has her own evidence. So let's see if that's right.
Viewers out there, let us raise that matter there because I think it's being debated at the Senate about now, and again the court had just finished an aspect of it. The originators of this macabre dance are still thinking of what to do. So let us rest it there for them until when they come up with another scene, maybe act 1 scene 2, then we now follow. But right now let us go to Akwa State again. Now we are talking about Udom Emmanuel. Udom Emmanuel was a one-time governor of Akwa State. He did fine from what we had. He did well. He improved from where Obon Victor Atta started, handed over to Akpabio to him, and later the current governor who is there, who declared public holiday every Friday, and he said there was one word he used. It was going to be jollification for everybody every Friday. Well, that is Akpabio now in the news again, but this time for a very wrong reason. Udom Emmanuel being accused of 700 billion naira. That's massive. I remember in the early 90s, the budget of Cross River State, I was told it was 500,000 naira. the budget of entire state 500,000 naira at that time. Now we have from thousands of naira they are budgeting millions of naira, they now budget trillion, and somebody is taking away into his pocket 700 billion. You see, now is with the EFCC. We don't want to preempt anything, but the matter is not going to court. As soon as it goes to court, we will answer it. Now we can talk about it. These are issues that today's big men, those people called big men in Nigeria today, quote unquote big men, you take them to court, after some time, they now start calling for plea bargain. We have had a one-time governor do it before. When he talked about plea bargain, and he was granted plea bargain from his back pocket, he brought out the money and paid it in the court. The rest was gone. So maybe that's what the antics all of them are using. How do you subscribe to this?
Well, I won't subscribe to such, and the issue of plea bargain has been very controversial. A lot of people have been speaking against this. Some, those who are for, will say that we have been something brought out. Others will say instead of dragging the issue. But to talk about the arrest of the ex-governor of well, it is
over 700 billion
over
naira.
700 billion naira. I think it's as a result of the petition written by the civil society organization known as Makati. There are two main, I think, it's a network against corruption and trafficking petition, the ICPC and the EFCC over the allegation of Ogun siphoning 700 billion naira. This is coming as a result of, according to the petition, we left the state in debt of over 500 billion and so on and so forth. And where they cited instances where during this time the government house collected some amount of money, some amount of money that were withdrawn from that were withdrawn from the bank, citing instances where it appears to be his cronies that have done that. So one thing is to accuse someone of corruption.
And the next thing is to substantiate.
The next thing is to substantiate. We've seen instances where EFCC has taken some of these past governors in court and dealing with this. Yes, we have one or two instances where maybe they had a conviction, right? More of it, but at the end of the day, what do we get? So let's not rejoice yet. He was invited to the EFCC headquarters yesterday, according to the report, and when he came there, the EFCC decided to take the and so we'll see how it goes. Now, 700 billion naira is no small money. It's no small money. It's a huge amount of money. But at the end of the day, we might not see anything tangible coming from this accusation, because this this group that has raised this issue against the former governor would have to come to the court if the issue should go to court to stand as witness, though they have promised that they will come as witness. And it is now left for the ex-governor to give account of this so-called money.
Let's look at the justice system. You just mentioned a while ago now that we might not eventually see the end of it. The justice system in Nigeria, because some matters of criminal defendants like this are supposed to have a time limit within which, from the first day it goes to court, within which they have been dispensed of. But these are the matters we bring injunction today, tomorrow there's another injunction from the other side, and before you know it, both parties and again they will transfer the judges, shuffle them, put it in court, so another one will now start a new one. You come and study the case apart. Before you know it, it's 20 years.
Yes, that is why some corruption
persist.
Some corruption advocates,
Yes.
the anti-corruption advocates, I beg your pardon, are saying that let the government set up a special court
For corrupt,
corrupt cases.
since
Because
since they have independent corrupt practices and EFCC, their cases should not go to conventional court.
the conventional court where you begin to see adjournments
Yes,
upon
thank you,
adjournments,
thank
and
you.
like this case now, if care is not taken, it could run for 10 years. We've had instances
They
like
are
that
made,
before,
they are there.
where a certain case ran for up close to 20 years
Yes.
before it was settled. At a point, Nigerians were not even
Following the matter again.
anymore. You understand? The senator, all this of Carlos case,
Yes.
is an issue.
He is
that-
a senator today.
He's a senator today. You understand? So we have instances like that. So if a special court can be created to try corruption cases, I think this issue of having an elongated a trial of corrupt issues will be eliminated from our system.
Well, let's see how we can run up now, but not without paying our sympathies and, of course, condolences to the family of the former Controller General of Immigration. The first information report that we had was that he was being kidnapped in Abuja here, the FCT. That he was being kidnapped and killed thereafter. So everybody was now saying, upon hearing the issue, the story, that if an officer like that, who of course even in retirement must have an OP who is armed, if an officer like that could be kidnapped in the city center, then the ordinary person we must start holding cutlasses as we go along the street. But it later turned out that it was a different thing altogether when police came out with the report that he died in a hotel facility. But again, sometimes you may ask, when you hear hotel, you may ask, why hotel? He may have gone there to catch up an appointment, maybe a meeting. He's still a young man, even in retirement. Maybe he went there for a meeting with friends, or maybe any other meeting. However, we say our condolences to the family. And that's how we end the show today. I am Sunday. I am Andre.
Mickey Matthew, thank you very much.
Stay with us as we join us some other time. Thank you so much.